Hey everyone, it's Bethany and I have a Ulta haul for you guys today. I haven't done one of these in a really long time. I have been really trying to be good with my shopping freezes and concentrating on my project pans, but I definitely get weak with those shopping freezes when Ulta and like Sephora have their, 15-20% off your entire purchase coupons. So this was my purchase that I got from the 20% off Ulta coupon. This is a haul, but it's also a review since I've used all of these products. I've always been one of those people that's really bad about returning things. I just feel bad, especially since I know most places just kind of toss them. And so I'm like, oh, I'd rather pass them on to someone else, or maybe I'll find a use out of it. But I really am making a point, especially when I spend a little bit more money, if I don't love it, to return it. So these are all of the keepers and the returns that I'm going to do here in the next couple days, since I wanted to film this video first. So let's go ahead and just start with the returns, the products that I did not enjoy. So first off, I got several things that are from like the Ulta line that are supposed to be kind of dupes for other products. The first thing that I got was the two like beauty blenders. They're called the Makeup Blending Sponge Duo. And I think this was like $10 or $15 and you get two beauty blenders. I'm always wanting to find something. I know many of you guys are the same way where, beauty blender is $20, but it's so good, and so when dupes come out, you always want to see if they're going to be something that's going to be comparable. The only one that I've ever found that I like as good as the beauty blender, is just a little bit different, is the Real Techniques one. And so I was hoping that this was going to be either like the Real Techniques or the beauty blender itself, and it's just not up to par for what I like. It does get nice and big once you have saturated it with water, and it has a little bit more of the texture as the Real Techniques. It's really, really soft, and it's not as like porous as the beauty blender is, but to me, I just feel like it soaked up all of my makeup. I hardly was able to get some good coverage at all. I feel like it just drained all of the foundation into the product or into the blender, and it just didn't feel right when I was putting it on. It was just a little streaky. It wasn't as comfortable and as bouncy. So I personally am not a fan, and so I will be returning it. Next is the Ulta Sculpting Trio. This is very similar to like the Smashbox one and like the nude sticks that have come out, and it comes with a contour, a bronzer, and a highlighting shade. And I tried this and it did not blend out at all. It was not a super like creamy formula. So I would put it on my face and immediately start trying to blend in there, and it was so hard because the line that you created really just like stayed there. It was just really hard to blend out, and by that time you've really disturbed the rest of your makeup, and it just to me was a flop. Another product that I was super excited about, these are kind of like the Becca highlighters and the cream highlighters that are out there. This is the strobing face kit, and it came with shimmering pearl, bronze, and rose gold. The shimmering pearl is probably the only one that I would be able to make do with my skin. I tried the rose gold as a highlight, as a blush, just kind of as a little light color, and it was a pretty color, but it was so pigmented and so fast drying that by the time I like put a couple dots on my face, grabbed my brush, those dots were not going anywhere. So it totally, again, just disturbed my makeup. I was not able to ever really blend it out. Bronze, same thing. I tried that. That was a whole mess as well. They were bad enough on my skin tone, and because they weren't blending, they were drying so quickly that it was something that I kind of had to like redo my makeup a little bit, and you don't want to do that. That's just really frustrating. And I'm not going to keep it just for this white one, and I wasn't like totally in love with it either. I have a nail polish here. This is the Essence Nail Art Pastel Ombre top coat, and it is supposed to be a top coat that you put on your nail polish, any nail polish that you have, and it just lightens up the color, and as many top coats as you put on there, it lightens the color. And I did it on my manicure today. I don't know if you guys are really going to be able to see it, but I just, again, wasn't impressed. It's basically just kind of like a milky white top coat, so it does lighten up the shade, but it's pretty patchy and it's not even, and you still see some of the white and mixed with the color. And so I think if you're gonna try to just do an ombre, I would just pull out a sponge, get 2 colors, and just kind of sponge it onto your nail. I think that's probably gonna give you a better results. The next product I'm super bummed out about, it's the IT Cosmetics CC Plus cream or foundation, and my color was in the color Fair. I think there's about 4 or 5 different shades that you can pick from this collection. I have wanted it for so long, but it is in the like $35 range, and so I was waiting for some sort of deal to come up. I love the packaging. I love that it's a squeeze tube, but it also has a pump, and I was super excited, and it just did not work for me. I feel like the color is more of like a gray toned, and so it doesn't do anything for my skin. It really quite dulls it out, and every time I wore it, I was just like, ugh, like my foundation and my makeup in general just looked a little blah, and that's never fun. It also says on here that it is a full coverage cream, but for me, I just don't feel like it did too much of covering anything. It didn't really hide any of like the different pigmentations in my skin. My redness that I have around my nose and like my chin area did not get hidden at all. They were totally out to show. Any kind of dark spots or acne spots that I have, again, were just totally right there in the open. So I had to use a ton of concealer to try to mask this out and balance this out. And it just didn't last very well. I was not a fan, unfortunately. I wish I loved it because I really wanted to love it. So this is something that I am going to return. But now let's get to the good stuff, the stuff that I purchased that I am really enjoying. So we'll start with a couple nail products. These are also Essence. This first one is the XXXL Gel Look Plumping Top Coat. And I have this, I've only used it once, but I have it on my manicure right now. And it really does give you a very glossy and kind of thicker, almost gel-like texture. I think that it helps with the longevity a little bit of the nail polish, but not a crazy amount. It really just has that beautiful, just glossy look and adds a little thickness to your nail that you would see if you were to get like a professional gel polish. So I really like this one. And then this is the Essence Nail Art Express Dry Drops. I have an OPI one. I also have tried the Julep Maven one, but this is, you know, under $3. So if you want a drying drop, this is definitely an affordable one, and it does an excellent job as well. So really have loved this product. I finally got the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. This has been a total craze for so many people here on YouTube, and so when I had the 20% off, I picked it up as well. The packaging is absolutely gorgeous. I just love it. It just is so bright and fun, and is one of those things that like really kind of brightens your day when you're using it. The smell of it is amazing. It has this gorgeous kind of like sunscreeny coconut, you feel like you're on the beach kind of scent. I got the color Light Bronzer just because I am so fair and I think it's beautiful. It's something that I can just effortlessly put all over my face and not worry that there's going to be like total harsh lines or major contrast to my skin tone. So really, really loving this product. I can see why it is raved about. I picked up a Fiona Stiles product. This is the Light Illusion Prism palette. This is a new brand that is at Ulta, and so I wanted to try it out. And it's beautiful. It's kind of similar to like the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, just because it's not super shimmery, it's not like really like metallic, and it's not going to be one of those like bam in your face highlights. It's just a beautiful, just kind of natural glow to your skin. So I really do enjoy that. Not that I need any more highlighting powders, but I've had my eyes on these for a while. They are $40, and so having the 20% off really was a great incentive to pick them up. And this one is the Glow Kit by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and these are absolutely stunning, and I just love how huge the products are. I mean, these are gonna last you forever. If you don't have too many highlighting powders in your collection, I would just pick up both of these or one of these depending on what, you know, kind of color schemes you like the best, and you will be set. You don't need to get like a ton of different highlighter powders unless you're like a collector and you just love like makeup like me. But if you just want to have a few, get these because they are stunning. And these, you have some of that kind of like more natural natural look like this one has, where it's just a nice little glow, and then you've got that bam highlight metallic gorgeous colors as well. So this one has a little bit more of the kind of goldeny tones, and I just, oh, so pretty. I have loved every color that I put on, and I just think it is just stunning. And then this other one, this is the Glow Gleam Kit. Sorry, this was the That Glow, and then this is the Gleam Kit. This one has a little bit more of the pinky tones, probably a little bit more of a match for my skin tone, but the That Glow colors still really work for me. But these are just so gorgeous as well. Next I have a concealer. This is the Amazing Cosmetics Amazing Concealer, and my color is in Fair. I think this is normally in the 40s, but it was on like sale for 30, and so I picked it up, and then I had the 20% off as well. Ton of product in here because you only need a little bit in there. There's 0.5 fluid ounces, and it is a really wonderful concealer. I really understand why a lot of people love this. I've really liked this underneath the eyes. I've really liked this around any kind of acne spots or discoloration. It isn't as creamy as like my, and light as like my Urban Decay concealer, the Naked Skin one. There is a thickness to it and a little bit, not a lot, but like a little graininess. And it could just be like because it was towards the top of the bottle that I've been using it, because I haven't gotten through it all together. But there is a thickness to it that is just a little different than maybe some of the other concealers that I've been using lately, but it doesn't cake up, and it looks beautiful once you kind of blended it into your skin. You kind of just have to warm it up a little bit to really help it adhere to the skin. So I really am loving it, and I think it's a great concealer, especially if you really are needing a heavy-duty concealer in your life. Next product is kind of like a skincare product. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. I love my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. It's like my all-time favorite primer and setting spray, and I'm just addicted to it. And since my skin has been so dry lately, I have really wanted anything that's gonna give me some moisture, because it has just been a hot mess. So I picked this up, and I really, really love it. It's something that you can kind of just add to your skincare, you know, in the morning and at night. And it has a ton of just really amazing different oils in there. It helps kind of reduce the appearance of dry, fine lines and creates a perfect canvas for makeup, and increases moisture in just 4 weeks using morning and night. I haven't been using it as consistently as I would like to, because I've been just trying some other different products. But so far, just wearing it, you know, a few times. I think I've tried it for about a week and a half now, and I really, really love it. And I have noticed that my skin is getting a lot more hydrated. Still dry and patchy in areas, but definitely working. And so I think if I were to put this on morning and night to really make it a point to try to use this on a regular basis, I think it would help a ton. So if you have really dry skin, definitely suggest this. And last but not least, this is another thing that I've had my eye on. Again, I have dry skin, so I really do enjoy having my skin look dewy and really moisturized and not dry. So anything that would make it not dry, I'm all about it. So this is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, and it's a really beautiful product. It has a nice pump on it, and it just gives you this really nice luminosity to your skin. I haven't mixed it with my foundation yet. That's something that I want to try as well, because I know a lot of people really like it that way. I've actually just been using it as like a primer before my foundation. So I put on my regular primer, let that soak in, and then before I'm about to put on my foundation, I put a little bit of this kind of all over my skin, and then I put my foundation on top, and I've really loved it that way. It is something that carries on that dewiness and luminosity throughout the entire day, so I probably look a little bit more dewy towards the end of the day, even though I don't have oily skin. I just noticed that, but I am fine with it. It doesn't really bother me. But if you do have oily skin, I think that's probably would not be the perfect fit for you. It would really be gorgeous if you only had some areas of your skin that were oily and you wanted to place this on the top of like your cheekbones for just some subtle highlights. I think it would be fantastic for that. And again, one of those just like natural glow within type of looks. So really suggest that product. I think it's beautiful. Those are all the products that I purchased from Ulta during the 20% off sale. I hope you guys enjoyed this haul slash review and return video. A little bit different, instead of just showing you the products, giving you guys like a nice review on each one of them, letting you know which ones I really enjoyed and liked and excited about having them in my collection, and the ones that just didn't work for me, so I will be returning. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will see you in one of my next videos. Bye!